Today I got with me the Rancilio Silvia. This machine has been around for a long time and has been a staple in the more higher end budget friendly espresso machines. I picked this up used on Facebook Marketplace here about a month or so ago. So we're going to pull some shots. I'm going to talk about whether or not I think it's still worth to buy this machine in the year of 2025. So I got some pre-ground coffee here, and this is from a local shop in Omaha. We're not going to worry too much about crazy puck prep here, but I got a nice little, I think it's iCap tamper. It's pretty neat. But this is a single boiler machine, so I'm going to go ahead and just flush the group head here a little bit. And then we're going to move that pitcher out of the way, and I'll explain why I'm kind of doing things the way that I'm doing in just a second. Now this does have a brand new shower head and gasket in here, so it's a little kind of tighter fit on there. I got the Buku scale that you can buy on Espresso Outlet's website, and then a spinware cup here, Cortado cup. So we're going to go ahead and pull a shot here. Hopefully this kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of how loud this machine is. There we go. We have 36 grams out in about 29 seconds or so. I'm going to go ahead and unlock this group head. The one thing I don't like about those spouted portafilters is they often tend to leak a little bit. Flush that, and then I'm going to go ahead and switch this knob on here, and that's going to start the steam wand, and you'll see once this light turns off, the steam wand is ready to go. This switch above here is for hot water. So this is a single boiler machine, so it will take a bit for it to heat up and be ready to steam milk. There's a thing with the Rancilio Silvia called temperature surfing, where people will often adjust different things in order to get a more precise temperature, because it does not have a way to read out the temperature and give you the correct temperature that the machine is at. So people will often set a timer after they steam to allow the machine to cool on. So you're looking at roughly the machine wanting to be around 202 degrees to brew, and to steam it needs to be around 268, give or take, for it to give you some steam pressure. So you're looking at 60-ish degrees that this is either needs to cool down or heat up in order to achieve good steam for milk or good temperature for brewing coffee. But this machine comes in at $900 now, and like I said, this has been around for a very long time. I have a friend who currently uses one on a regular basis that is 25 years old now, and it hasn't given him any issues since I bought it for him 5 or 6 years ago. And you can find a lot of these used, but you got to be careful. There's a lot of different versions of them. This one's at version 5. I think they're on the version 6 now. And you got to be careful because some of the way that these are made were still good back in the day, but it could cost a few $100s to put in the machine to get it working if there's a boiler issue on the earlier generations, which I had that problem to begin with. And then if you wanted to do a few other upgrades, like upgrading the steam one from the older generation, there's another $75 or something like that to do it. So there's a lot of, it can be a money pit really quickly when it comes to the price that this is $800. So you really got to be careful when buying used in order to not have to put too much in parts to make this the equivalent of what it is today. Now with this machine, I think one of the interesting things about it is this machine hasn't changed a ton over the years. The price has gone up a little bit and some features have changed. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to purge some of the steam here. And you can see how powerful that steam is here, and we're going to attempt to steam some milk, and we'll see how well that goes, because I'm not the best at steaming milk, period, and I'm definitely not the best at steaming milk sitting down. All right, we got some steamed milk there. That was not steamed properly, but you can judge me all you want for not cleaning that steam wand, but I do that regularly, so don't get too upset at me for it. But we got a little bit thicker of some foam because I did a bad job of steaming milk sitting down. But there you have it. I can't really tilt the milk. The hard thing about trying to film latte art when you're using a stationary camera is you can't tilt your cup to see it, but definitely a little bit foamier, but the drink is there. The espresso is good. The milk is textured okay, but that was my fault, not the machine's fault. But needless to say, this makes really, really outstanding coffee and a really, really good cup of coffee with zero issues to complain about. Now, before I get back into it, I just want to say, please like and subscribe. YouTube work is a lot of work. You have to buy equipment, you have to test equipment. It's hard to find the time to film videos, to edit videos, to upload them, and it's a really taxing thing to do. By you liking and subscribing, that really helps my viewership go up, that really helps the income go up on this, and it's a free thing that you can do to support this channel and to support this work. And I would encourage you to do that for anybody that you watch content from at all, because it really is a long process and a difficult process to run and manage a YouTube channel. So that being said, if you want to support it monetarily and you want to give back a little financially to this channel, all I ask is you buy equipment. And when you buy your equipment, you can use the links in the description below. So if you're looking at buying a grinder, I'm going to have one linked in there. I'm using the CF64V for this video that I used on this machine, the Rancilio Silvia. I'm going to link a cup from a local shop in Colorado, not local to me, but called Spinware. I don't get commission off of that. There's Buku scales, there's iCap. A lot of these people have sent me stuff over the years to really help this channel, so I want to give thanks to them. But like and subscribe, use the link, I'll make a small commission at no extra charge to you. If you really want to go above and beyond, I have a Patreon account and you can find me somewhere in the description below as well. Okay, so $900 for a machine in 2025 that hasn't changed much over 25 years. Like, you're going to get the more or less the same results over 25 years. Things have changed in the espresso world. Things have changed in the coffee industry world, and machines are more approachable and more affordable than I think they ever have been in a long time. So what I'm specifically referring to is a machine called the Turin Legato. The Turin Legato is a rebranded machine from a different country, and the people at Espresso Outlet and Turin Grinders, that's the same company, they had a lot of say in making some revisions to this machine called the Turin Legato. It looks identical almost to the Rancilio Silvia. It is $500. It has a pressure gauge and it has a PID. The pressure gauge I don't really find super beneficial, but the PID allows you to see the temperature and set the temperature of the machine. It also has a thermal something in it, so it heats the steam instantly, so when you go from brewing to steaming, it's much, much quicker than the Rancilio Silvia. However, there's a guy named Lance Hendrick who took the machine apart and he found some not great coating for some of the electronics parts, which could have an issue with some water stuff down the road if it were to ever leak. However, they have made revisions, and I'm sure they're going to continue to make revisions on it. And at the price point of $500, at full list price, not on sale, not on discount, not on open box, that's almost half the price of the Rancilio Silvia. So in other words, you'd have to fry one machine and then have another machine before you get to the cost of the Rancilio Silvia. And I personally think that is worth the risk over the Rancilio Silvia. I think the Rancilio Silvia is great. You're going to know that it's going to last you a while. It's not going to give you any issues, and it's going to be overall a good machine making good quality coffee. But at the price point, it's really hard to recommend when there's things like the Turin Legato out there. Honestly, it's even hard to recommend over something like the Breville Bambino out there at $300. This has kind of more commercial grade parts. The build quality is phenomenal. This thing is sturdy, it's heavy, it's built well, it's lasting a long time, and I don't have any really concerns about purchasing one. It's just I do feel like there's better options. But I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Do you think it's really actually worth the $900 price point in 2025, or do you think something like the Turn Legato is the way to go like I do? But would love to hear your thoughts on it, and I want to just ask you to please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video.